I will show you how I usually make my Japanese curry. And I use the leftover curry to make the easiest curry pan without using yeast. If you know curry pan, you know how delicious the freshly fried Japanese curry pan placed at the bakery shops in Japan are. It's my husband's favorite. When we visited Japan last year, he asked me if we could go straight to the bakery from the airport once we got there. If you haven't had a curry pan before, it's a deep fried bread filled with thick Japanese curry, soft and fluffy bread, and crunchy with the panko breadcrumbs outside, and spicy or mild curry is melted inside. It's one deep fried goodie you should try one day. For the filling, commonly we use leftover curry or make the curry quickly using vegetables and meat with Japanese curry roux or instant curry packets work too. I make curry once or twice a month since it's an easy dish, everyone in the family loves it. Also, it's easy to sneak in vegetables for my kids and it's to it. And the curry in the next day or two is the best time to eat it. All the ingredients are more tasteful after overnight. Due to the large consumption at home, I make a big pot of curry when I make it. And then even freeze it for some leftovers too. Here are the ingredients I use today to make the curry. And it's for about 12 to 16 servings, so cut it in half or so to your desired portion. Curry is very simple to make. I start stirring frying onion with olive oil and garlic and meat. I like sliced beef, but with kids, using ground beef or chicken are more common these days. Plus, for the curry pan, I recommend using ground beef. After the onion and meat are cooked, add carrots and water and simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes and skim off the scams and fat. Then I add potatoes. I like my potatoes not to be melted all the way, but to still see some shapes, so I add it after everything else is cooked. And simmer for another 30 minutes or so. I usually add consomme cubes and bay leaves for the seasoning. Add curry roux. I add the first half batch of the roux, then simmer for 5 to 10 minutes with the lid off, and the rest to be added after. Since I like thick curry, plus the thick curry is preferred for a curry pan, I make sure the first batch of the curry roux is completely melted, and I let the water evaporate. You can always adjust the next portion of the roux if it's too watery. I normally use mild curry roux for kids, but go for spicy if you like. Now, moving on to the bread making process. First, to prepare, beat eggs, prepare panko on a plate, and then make glue with flour and water. Today, instead of kneading the bread dough from scratch, I prepare a shokupan, which is Japanese milk bread. You can use any bread basically, but I like shokupan since it's very soft and fluffy. Cut off the bread edges since it's hard, and roll out the bread. Push a little down harder towards the edges. It'll be helpful when you wrap the curry. Add the leftover curry in the middle. You will need some extra space on the edges because once close the bread, the filling will be pushing out to the side and you don't want the leaks. It will make the bread burst during the deep frying, so be aware of that. Then fold the bread into a triangle shape. glue the edge. Coat it with the beaten egg, then panko. I added a half an inch of canola oil to the pan with medium heat. Add the bread into the oil. It's quickly turning brown, so flip it over, then take it out. The deep frying time is about 1 minute. Here's the freshly deep fried curry pan, the Japanese curry bread. Thank you for watching. See you next time.